Hello everyone. Okay, so I am back with a pick a card reading, and this reading is going to be about what are your core soul lessons here in this lifetime, because when we are planning our lives and getting ready to reincarnate, we plan the focal the core soul lessons we want to learn, so our soul can evolve and grow. So basically this is going to be right now in this lifetime, like what are you struggling to learn, and also answer why certain situations keep coming back into your life over and over and over again is because you aren't learning a specific lesson, or you're lost and you don't know what that lesson is. So hopefully this reading will give you some clarity on it. And yeah, and hopefully this can help you cut out some of the repeating lessons that keep showing up. Because usually what happens is like the same thing keeps repeating until you learn the lesson, and then it goes away, and then you're on to the new thing, or the next thing. So yeah, so if you want to pause the video right here, pick whatever card calls out to you, whatever card you feel is for you. You can choose one or two cards, doesn't matter. But yeah, and also if you want a personal reading from me, please email me, and all of my information is down in the description box, and you'll probably see my email address below. Just email me there to book a reading. And yeah, and also please donate, trying to get me a new mic. And yeah, that's it. So let me get on to card number one. Okay, so for those of you that chose card number one, this is your message. So basically, your core lesson you're trying to learn in this lifetime is forgiveness. It says, I acknowledge that harboring resentment blocks the flow of love. So, the thing I really felt with these cards was because I felt like something happened with maybe your family, or maybe a group of friends, or maybe whoever's around you, anything like that. Something happened to where they probably betrayed you, upset you, disappointed you, and you are holding on to that anger, that grudge. You don't want to forgive them, you don't want to let go. You probably made some mistakes, they probably made some mistakes. So basically, what your core lesson is to forgive them, to take the lead and forgive them, and let go. And for this surrender card is more like a, what can you do, or what can you surrender to learn this lesson? And it says surrender to creativity. It says let your imagination soar. Stay open to all creative ideas about how to pursue a dream and solve a problem. So I feel like once you learn about what real forgiveness is, and you can let go of some of this negative energy and these grudges, and you surrender that you can free yourself up to resolve the issues or the problems maybe within your family, your friendships, your co-workers, anything like that. Once you learn how to just forgive it, let it go, surrender to it, then you can come up with real solutions on how to make everything right. But like I said, it's easier said than done with forgiveness. I would suggest that you start off forgiving just little things that you're okay to forgive. You know what I'm saying? Like, just start off with forgiving little things, and then move on to the bigger things to forgive. because the tricky thing about forgiveness is kind of like an illusion, because we always feel like if we forgive the other person, we're saying that it's okay with what they did to us, and we put on that weight. We wear that weight on ourselves. When in reality, in reality, forgiveness is not about, saying, hey, it's okay, you did this to me. Forgiveness is about, I love myself enough not to continue to have all of this weight on me, to continue to keep harboring these bad feelings, to keep beating myself up over, things. I love myself enough to let that go. And with me loving myself to let that go and get rid of this weight, I gotta forgive the other person. And it's nothing about them. It's all about me. So I really feel like once you step into that realization and you really understand it, that it will open you up to solve all of these problems, and then this problem will go away, and you will attract new situations, a whole new community. Maybe new people could be coming into your life that won't hurt you or won't betray you. But as long as you keep holding on to the grudges and unforgiveness and everything, you're going to keep on attracting people, places, and things that that just keeps on repeating the same situation of they're going to betray you, they're going to hurt you, they're going to let you down, they're going to do this, as long as you keep holding on to not forgiving. So yeah, let me read this really quick and then let me wrap this up. So for forgiveness, it says you can never flow with your natural energy of love unless you release the negative energy of hate, anger, intolerance, or blame. Every soul in your path has free will, and you have no control over it. What you do have is control over how you react to the manifestations of others' free will. Holding on to that negative energy will strengthen karmic cycles, and forgiveness can break that pattern. The most important person you must learn to forgive is always yourself. Blaming yourself for failures blocks that natural flow of love, which will attract all good things to come into your life. So yeah. Yes, also forgive yourself because that is like my second message. Forgive yourself those that made a mistake and can't forgive themselves for a mistake that they made, and maybe their family keeps on hitting them over the head with the mistake or keep on reminding them of the mistake. And the reason why your family or your friends or whatever keeps on reminding you of that mistake is because you within yourself have not forgiven yourself for that mistake. So that's why it keeps showing up to you. So once you totally, completely forgive yourself and free yourself of it and take the lead and do this for yourself, this will stop showing up. It will stop being the repetitive theme of your life. So those are my two messages. One message is, if you cannot forgive, I don't know, I keep on feeling family. You can't forgive your family, your friends, your co-workers, it's going to keep on showing up for you. So learn that forgiveness. Two, if people keep throwing your mistakes in your face, it's because you have internally not learned how to forgive yourself. So forgive yourself, forgive others, and that is your core soul lesson for in this lifetime. So really learn about how to forgive yourself and others. So let me move on to car group number 2. Okay, so this is for those that chose car group number 2. Your message for what your core soul lesson is pride. I love myself and I can see myself in everyone. And let me read this really quick. It says, you need to take time to honor and acknowledge who you are and what your soul has accomplished with your life. What you have accomplished in your life so far. You should look at your past soul choices and be mindful of how thorough your positive actions, compassion, and understanding, you have made a better life for yourself and others. How have you changed the world in some little way? How have you shared insights with others? Reflect on what you have mastered. You should never underappreciate or underestimate yourself or your accomplishments. Now is the time for you to remember how brave you have been throughout your journey. Celebration is required. Humans tend to spend too much of their time and energy on negative emotions or what they have not done. This card signifies that you should take rightful ownership of who you are and how you have shared your unique light with the world. You may also be a perfect time for you to look around and acknowledge those other souls who have also accomplished many great things, who need to be reminded of them. So that's one message. Another message that I'm getting here too is that you need to learn how to kind of set your pride aside and trust that the universe has you, because this card is about you trusting that the universe has your back. You trust the universe trying to lead you down the right path and everything, and also for you to kind of acquire the innocence of a child, like to be more carefree like a child, because this is what this card is saying too. For you to let your pride go and not be so serious and just be carefree and carelike and kind of like have an innocence or a childlike innocence, or bring more joy and laughter into your life and not always be so serious and always have your pride in the way of things. Also, I feel like the second message is for those people who have children. Remember, your children are watching you and watching what you're doing, and you need to set a good example for them. And it says that like lead by example. So really accept they're watching everything you do. They're watching you be so serious, and they're thinking this is what you have to do as an adult, and you don't. They're watching how you handle or interact with other people around you. So you kind of need to watch how you interact with people around you too. You need to interact with people with more love, more care, more playfulness, more joy, more laughter. And then the way that you're going to learn how to do this is by surrendering your need to always be right. Give others the gift of letting them be right. Be yielding, not rigid. This will help resolve conflicts and improve your relationships. And I really get the vibe of you're always fighting with people to be right, because I mean, it's not like you don't have the knowledge, that you don't know what you're doing. You do know what you're doing. But when you interact with other people, it's as if it's in an argumentative way. Like it's as if you are trying to prove that you are smarter than them, righter than them, this, that, and the other. And you have to be careful with how you're doing that, because like I said, for those who have kids or just other people that have friends and things around them that look up to them, they are watching you. And this might not be the most healthiest way of how you interact with people. So it's kind of like you're learning in this lifetime how to change how you interact with people in a much more healthier way, and not interacting with people in such a prideful way to where it's like, you know, well, I'm right and you're wrong, and I'm going to prove myself, and I'm going to argue, and that's not what you want to put out, you know. You want to put out an energy of love, of innocence, of niceness. You want to like almost like how kids do, how they share information with each other, like, oh well, I had figured out that you could do it this and this way, like in that tone with people. But yeah, that's pretty much what you are trying to master in this lifetime, is not to let your pride get in the way of how you communicate with other people in your relationships, and how to lead a very good, shining example to your kids or your friends or people that look up to you. So that is what your soul core lesson is in this lifetime for people that chose number 2. So let me get into number 3. Okay, so this is for everyone that chose card 3. So this is your message. Your soul core lesson is about peace, inner peace. It's about learning how to get this peace in this lifetime. I am a being of love and I release all negative energy. Let me read this really quick. Okay, so it says, this is a gentle reminder that balance in the mind is preparative in order for your soul to live in its true nature. At this time in your life, you are to learn the value of peace and quiet and joy of being still. One can never truly connect to the source when the mind is engaged in unneeded clutter. Look around your life and be conscious of what elements are taking you away from the peaceful nature of your soul. Who or what is interrupting your solitude? Is it time to reconcile past hurts, receive injustices? Your peace may be fostered by changing your outside view. Create harmony around you physically with order and calm. Trust the voice of your higher self and create an environment in which you can truly be in tune with your soul. So yeah, in this lifetime, you are really trying to learn how to have a peace of mind, how to have a peaceful environment, because you're learning that this peace is what's going to balance you out in life. Also, this peace and solitude is going to help you get more in connection with your spirit guide. That's why they said, like, you can ask for guidance. Your guides and your angels are really trying to reach you in this space. And also you can reach this peace by sharing the love with other people around you, or getting in a community with like-minded people and being able to share hobbies and love and joy, because that raises your vibration. That can give you some peace. I feel like you are in, I don't know why they got fireworks going on. Sorry, let me get back to this. So yeah, this card is about your peace getting disrupted from situations that's outside of my window with fireworks. You see how that works? Yeah, it's about your peace getting disrupted from anything from outside yourself. Could be your family, events, things that's happening to you. And the way to learn how to acquire this peace is you have to surrender your ego. And it says to cultivate gratitude, be of service to others, and come from your heart. A big ego can work against you, but humility will further your goals. So if you can just surrender like a part of your ego that's probably blocking you from hearing messages, from your guides and everything, because of the clutter of this, and your ego wants to fight and kind of be unease and want to be with the chaos and everything, instead of obtaining and going after peace. So once you realize what is your ego and what's your soul, you could try to like calm this whole thing down and really be able to hear, your guides and everything. And yeah, hold up, I was getting another message. They're saying don't be afraid to ask for guidance, even with really wise people or close-knit friends that you trust. You trust their advice. You can even ask for some guidance from them. Things of that nature. So yeah. So that's all that's all the messages I'm getting for 3. So let me move on to card group 4. Okay, so this is for those that chose card group number 4. I had to pause because my last reading had nothing but fireworks in there. Jeez, I don't know what is going on tonight, but anyways, so yeah, so your whole soul lesson, okay, your core soul lesson is going to be about grief. I feel like this card is about somebody that just maybe suddenly lost someone in their lives, or yeah, I'm feeling more like somebody spontaneously losing somebody in their lives, or just losing somebody maybe at a very young age or at a very early time in their life, or losing like a best friend, or losing maybe a wife, something like that, losing someone very early, or you feeling like that person went before their time was up. Um, but yeah, it's around getting over your grief. It's around grieving properly. And it says, I understand that losing something is an opportunity to appreciate it. This be on the lookout card is more of it's more of a like kind of like the Tower card. It's like a upheaval, or a certain kind of dramatic change in your life. And basically your lesson is how to get over your grief in a healthy way, and stop feeling hopeless and helpless and alone. And for the your beliefs are right for you, it's pretty much saying that you know what, go by your own stages of grief. Like, don't be in denial and feel like you have to go by what everybody else says about the stages of grief. You know, take your own steps. If step 1, this is your plan to get over the grief and this is what feels right to you, then do it that way. You don't necessarily have to feel like you have to bend to the rules and do what other people say that you have to do to get over the grief. Whatever works for you, do it in that way, in that manner. And then for surrender to the magic of who you are, it says we all have magic in us, even in the mundane aspects of life. Remember that you are a magical being with a uniqueness and worth that comes from being you. So don't forget who you are in the process of grieving. And that's one of your lessons too. Not to forget who you are, and that there's still magic in life, and that there's still good things to come for you in life. You know, and like that is the process of grieving in a healthy way, of not losing yourself completely into this grief. You know, let me read this. Grief. It says, nothing is gone forever. The belief that we have lost someone or something is merely an illusion to assist us in learning to appreciate our having had it in the first place. The emotion of grief and sense of loss are absolutely real, but that is the point. The lesson of loss is not about the actual physical separation, because parting is temporary and illusionary. The point of the lesson is to acknowledge that bonds of love never end, and that we have not been abandoned. When you accept in your heart that you will be reunited with everything you have ever loved, it will give you the ability to move on beyond your grief and derive something beneficial from the experience. To wallow in grief is to pass up the opportunity that you and your soul family have devised and learn nothing from it. Instead, allow your grief to take you to a deeper place of understanding. And also allow your grief to take you to a deeper place of understanding, and also take you to the place to understand what happens to the soul beyond death. You know, what actually happens in death. That might actually give you some relief and some more understanding, and your soul could be trying to move you onto that more spiritual understanding about death anyway. So yes, that is your big lesson in this lifetime. Is going to be, your core lesson is going to be with grief. So let me move on to card number 5. Okay, so these are for people who chose group number 5. So let me read this regret card, because this is your core soul lesson is in regret. I know that I cannot change the past. So read that really quick. It says the soul doesn't know time. Time is a construct of physical dimension. To your soul, there is only one big now. Think of the past as the now, and that has already been created, and the future as the now that has yet to be created. You don't have the power to uncreate the past, so let that go. Your power of creation lies in your awareness of the present. You have the power to not only create your future, but also create acceptance of your past. You should realize that you are the total summation of every single experience you have had. These experiences have helped you and shaped you into the person you are today. Train yourself not to judge past events as good or bad, but as opportunities. But what have you learned from the past that will help you enrich your future? Focusing on the past and letting it dictate the direction of your future is taking your power away from yourself. You are the creator. You hold the power and reflect the lessons of the past and use your current power to create a bright future. So I'm kind of feeling the energy of you are regretting not going after a certain talent or not expressing a talent, or not using your talents. You are regretting that. You're regretting that you let something or someone in your past stop that for you. So you're regretting that. And what regret is trying to teach you is it's trying to teach you how to open your eyes. To open your eyes and just like this card said, to open your eyes and really realize that you can't change your past. You can only create your future. So you should think in future tenses. You should think, okay, well, what can I do that's in my control to create a better future for myself, instead of just staying like this is, just stuck in your head. Keep on revisiting everything that you didn't do or couldn't do in the past, like you're just stuck here in the past in your head, refusing to see what your guides or what they're trying to push you to see and to move on from and to learn, because it seems as you keep on getting these situations where you can't really do what you want to do. You know, you keep on attracting these situations, these circumstances to where you can't really do what you want to do, and you regret that you can't do them. So when you break out of this cycle of, okay, guess what, I can do them, let me get rid of my excuses, let me get rid of this regret I have, and start planning more in the future tense, like, okay, well, I can start doing these baby steps right here, so let me do that. That's more steps towards what I really want to do. And then I really feel like you don't want to choose moving forward or moving into the future because you have a fear of the past repeating itself, which that is why the past is repeating itself, because you keep fearing the past, and you're bringing more energy to the fear and the doubt of the past, where it keeps on attracting back the past situations, circumstances, and everything to you. But if you finally just let it go and love yourself and start moving forward for yourself and letting go of this regret and just learn how to surrender to joy in your life. See, it says a key to positive change in your life is to let joy in and savor it. Indulge in random acts of smiling during both the hard and the easy times. Keep surrendering to more joy. So kind of like in your free time, do things that make you happy. If listening to music makes you happy, do that. If, I don't know, do whatever your talent is, maybe drawing, maybe you know, whatever skill or hobby or whatever you do, maybe creating things, whatever, sculpting, whatever like that, whatever that is, do it in baby steps, or you can just do it in your free time. Whatever the little things that bring you joy, start doing that, because that'll get you in a mind frame like, okay, well then that'll get you out of, first it'll get you out of that whole energy of regret, and it's stuck in its low vibrational energy where it makes all your energy stuck. And then if you get more into the surrendering to joy part and doing little things that make you feel joy, it rises up your vibration and it makes your energy unstuck, and then good things can come in and flow in. But when you are still stuck in your past and you keep on marinating over all the bad things that happen, and you regret doing this and that and whatever, and still choosing the fear over the love, then you can't get nowhere. So that is what your soul is trying to push you to move out of, to push you to move beyond, is those things. So yeah, let me go to my card group 6. Okay, so this is for group that picked 6. So your big soul lesson here is discipline. Really, really trying to teach you the lesson of discipline. And it says, I can accomplish what I set my mind to. So let's see. Let me read this first. So it says, your soul has a goal, but it has also chosen to incarnate into a world of distractions. Earth is a dimension of obstacles and challenges, but you have been given discipline as your birthright. It is a time to remind yourself that your soul has come back to the planet to learn. This is a great opportunity to reevaluate your priorities and go about your daily tasks with the new system of managing your life, instead of being the passive recipient of whatever comes your way. Distraction can easily get you off work of your soul. And if we give into this apathetic impulse, we can miss many well-placed and pre-planned teachings needed for our growth. Learn that the satisfaction of a task completed is more emotionally rewarding than a task delayed. So yeah, I really feel like you don't have the discipline right now because you are out of balance, and what's making you out of balance are these unhealthy relationships. It says surrender unhealthy relationships. Let go of relationships that don't serve you, including unavailable or toxic people, and you deserve to be treasured by others and be surrounded by positive people. So I'm really feeling that these relationships are knocking you off of being very disciplined and other things that you need to be focusing on in your life, as like jobs, careers, whatever your life purpose is. It's as if you can't focus on that or getting distracted from that because you keep on entertaining unhealthy relationships with people, and it's knocking you off balance. Now, what your soul is trying to get you to realize is that there's power in your belief, and that you need to set a course or a direction into something that you really want in your life, a dream, a goal. You see yourself somewhere in the future, 5 years from now, anything, whatever that is, they're trying to get you to learn that your belief has power, and whatever your belief is, that's your reality, and that once you set your course, that you will succeed in this. But you're the one that has to be determined, set a predestined course, because this is like a ship. So if you think about it, like, ships have certain coordinates to reach a destination. So you can't reach your destination when you want to take all of these other routes. You know, you want to stop by this lover, you want to go over here, play with this relationship, you want to, you know what I'm saying? It's going to take you too long to get to your destination. So you need to plan out on a map where you want to go and set the course straight towards there, so you can get to where you want to be and get your life to where you want it to be, because that's exactly what your lesson is in this lifetime. Also, you need to let go of ego, and I really feel like this is what's I feel like your ego is being entertained or stroked in these unhealthy relationships. I think somewhere somehow your ego is really feeding off of the drama of these unhealthy relationships, and it's really getting you off a track of what you're really supposed to be doing. I'm gonna read this one really quick. So it says that a major lesson in the human school is to learn to separate the ego self from the true self. In the illusionary reality of the physical world, the consciousness of your higher self, which deals only in all, is filtered through the human brain and thoughts that are focused on I. The human identifies itself by the body you are in and your physical surroundings, the material objects that you acquire, and how you are perceived by others. Very emotional thought is seen from your point of view. Your guides and your higher self have chosen this earth dimension so that you can feel what it is like to manifest the energy of love and compassion while you are experiencing the emotions of isolation and disconnectedness. It is the great divide between the ego self and the higher self that causes sorrow, misery in this dimension. With this card, your guides would like to remind you that your main objective during physical incarnation is to view all things as a part of yourself. And when you are able to open yourself up to an awareness outside of the ego, you are able to see the bigger perspective of your being. And only through this shift, you can experience true joy and happiness. So basically what it's trying to say is that you need to realize that you are a powerful creator, and that you are creating these situations and these people to come into your life to imbalance you, to distract you from what you really need to do. Like you're powerful enough to where you are creating these situations in your reality with toxic, unhealthy people and relationships. You're bringing them in, and you're not being disciplined enough to usher these people out so you can start doing for you. So that's what the discipline and your soul lesson is trying to get you to see, trying to get you to learn, that you actually have control and power over your life. You know, you are not stuck having to deal or tolerate these toxic people, these toxic situations. It's trying to let you know you don't have to deal and tolerate with nothing, okay? You are powerful enough to where you can remove this from your life and you can take your life to a whole new direction. You have the power to do that. You are not powerless. So it's trying to get you to discipline yourself, step into your power, and head to where your final destination is. And if you don't know what your life purpose is or whatever, I suggest that you try to research and figure what that is about, what you need to be doing here. And that is what your core lesson is here, is all about discipline. So that's all I have for group 6. So yeah, so I would like to thank everybody. Like I said about lessons and souls and all that stuff, Just remember this, that we all come here to learn a certain lesson, and once we learn that lesson, we can stop basically beating our heads over the same wall. And I hope that like that helped and gave everybody a little bit more direction of how they can change their lives and where they can go. So yeah, so I want to say thank you to everyone that has supported me, has subscribed to me, comment. Thank you, everybody. I don't take it for granted. And I will, like I said, be trying to do more videos, and hopefully I get to start going into teaching some of this stuff. Hopefully I start doing some teaching, and I do want to start getting more into like live streams, you know, to talk to you guys and stuff. So I'm kind of working myself up for that. But yeah, hope that helped everybody. Thank you, everyone, and I will see everybody in the next video, and may love and light be with you all. Bye.